up, guys? How is it going? Welcome to How to Shred for Beginners. Now this was originally just going to be a single one-off video, but if you guys would like part 2, part 3, whatever you want, let me know down in the description, and if there's enough comments, I will gladly turn this into a little bit of a series. And if you would like tabs for the stuff that I'm about to go over, make sure you get those over on my website. They're down below in the description. So let's go ahead, dive into these examples, and we will get cooking, and you will be shredding. Okay, so let's dive on in and get started. So this first little lick here is just the pentatonic idea that is 100% from Zakk Wylde. It's from his No More Tears solo. I just moved it up in key a little bit, so there's no copyright issue. And it was the first shred lick I could ever play that, you know, it had me so motivated. I was like, wow, I'm doing this. I can kind of play this, you know, moderately fast. And my goal in this video is not to play things as fast as I can play them. It's to play them, you know, cleanly and give you the concepts behind it. So what we're doing is this. So what am I doing here? I'm just literally walking up an E minor pentatonic scale. It starts out like this on the high E string. Now this is all alternate picked, and a lot of, like, all these licks, you want to have a lot of right hand muting. I'm muting a lot of the strings that I'm not playing with my right hand, and sometimes even the strings that I am playing, I have a very light mute going on. So when I'm doing this lick, I'm actually muting that B string a tiny bit. So I'm just playing 15 to 12 on the high E, okay, and then I do it again, and then 15 to 12 on the B. Now this is extremely important. This doubling up on that high E string, for one, gives us more notes, and it's kind of the illusion that we're playing more than what we actually are. And this makes it easy to kind of get that shred sound playing faster, but our hand doesn't have to be moving all over the place. So sometimes you get these sequences, and that's what a lot of this stuff is based off of, is sequencing your scales, and you have a very nice pattern here that you can just kind of ride out, and it sounds like a lot more is happening than what it actually is. So like I said, it's 15-12 twice on the high E, 15-12 once on the B, and I repeat that entire sequence 2 times. Shifting up, I'm going to go to box number 2 out of E minor, which is going to go 17 to 15 on the high E and B. Same pattern. Up to box number 3. We're going to go 19 to 17 on the high E twice. Then 20 to 17 on the B. Do it again. So we have... Now notice I'm sliding into each note. You don't have to do that. That's just like a habit of mine that I've built over the years. And the final one here is coming out of box number 4, which is 22 to 19 on the high E, and then 22 to 20 on the B. Let's do a full step bend on 22. Okay, so example number 2. So this is actually going to be utilizing a mode and kind of turning it into a little bit of a phrase. So it's almost like there's 2 licks here. So this is the E Aeolian mode. That's one of my favorite scales to use, especially for like rock and roll stuff. And definitely like a lot of 80s musicians use this scale a lot. So it goes like this. And what I'm doing here is I'm playing 12, 14, 15 on the low E string. Now remember, a lot of right hand muting is happening here. I'm also doing left hand muting. So the strings underneath what I'm playing are kind of being muted by my left hand. So when I go like this, you hear that string's got a little bit of mute on it so they don't ring out. So it's 12, 14, 15 on the low E, 12, 14, 15 on the A, 12, 14, 16 on the D, 12, 14, 16 on the G, a little bit of a shift here, 13, 15, 17 on the B, and then 14, 15, 17 on the high E. Now of course you'd want to be able to play through this and descend it. And that's a great one right there for just building up speed. I recommend using a metronome on all of this stuff and really building up speed with it. I have plenty of other videos on metronomes and stuff like that that you can check out. But for this one, just go real slow. ascend and descend it. Now, the second part of this that I want to incorporate is kind of making it sound more musical. So that really sounds like a scale, because it is a scale. And we're going to go like this now. A little bit sloppy Joe, but we'll roll with it. So I'm just going 12, 15, 14 on the lowest. So if there's one huge thing I would definitely recommend if you're getting into shred guitar is understanding that you don't have to play the stuff in order. So like when you learn a scale, right away start putting it in different orders. You know, there's no reason why it has to be stuck in this particular order. Just by rearranging the notes, we've made it incredibly more musical. And even in shred guitar, you want it to be musical. So 12, 15, 14, 12, 15, 14, 12, 16, 14, 12, 16, 14, then 13, 17, 15, and 14, 17, 15. And descend it however you please. You can do the exact same one. To me, it's very musical all of a sudden. Sounds good either way, and like I said, it's a brief look into taking your scale and making it into a very nice musical sequence. Okay, and example number 3. Now, one thing I want to point out real quick that I forgot to mention earlier was that with all of these, I know I'm picking them all right now, make sure you practice them doing, hammer-ons and pull-offs. Same with the other one. You want to have a good, strong left hand, which is based off legato and picking. So make sure you incorporate your hammer-ons and pull-offs into all of those as well. Some of them might be a little bit more challenging and more difficult, but it'll definitely be worth it. It just gives you a more kind of like synchronization between your left and right hand. So this one is going to be a single string line that, again, you can use picked or legato, and the pattern's just going to be like this. Except we'll probably repeat it multiple times. So and so on. And you notice, like I said, you can really get going, and it's nice because we're kind of stationary, but we're still getting a lot of notes out there. And at the end of the day, that's what shred is. Shred is, playing lots of notes and stuff like that, and, complicated sequences. So we're going to be going like this. 15 to 12 on the high E, then 14, 15, 14, 12. So that's one line through this. Now, for time purposes, we're going to do each one twice. So... Okay, now you could do hammer-ons, pull-offs if you wanted. Totally up to you. I like the sound of picking on this one. Gonna move up in the scale. This is also out of that E Aeolian mode that we were using before. So we're gonna go 17, 14, 15, 17, 15, 14. Move up to the high E string. So we're going to go 19, 15, 17, 19, 17, and 15. Then you move up one more for this one. We're just going to go 20 to 17, 19, 20, 19, 17. Now, to be honest, if I was to play this in, I guess I don't want to say like I have my own style, but my own way of playing it, I would incorporate both hammer-ons and some pick notes in here, so it'd be more like this. So definitely make sure you use a metronome with these. Go very slow. Just make sure it's clean, Just have a lot of control over your notes. Okay, that'll wrap things up for us here today. Thank you all so much for checking out the video. Of course, if you would, go straight up hamburger on that subscribe button. You can hit the like button too if you want. Like I said, tabs over on my website. If you want this to be a multiple part series, let me know down below. And I think that's pretty much it. Instagram links, all that stuff down below. And I'm just going to quit talking because I'm forgetting what I'm saying. Peace out, guys. Keep on rocking. High five. Coming in so hot and fresh.